Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to watchyouwant.com. Today, we're looking at a watch with kind of two identities. The Panerai Luminor Marina PAM177. Now, this watch pays tribute to the vintage Panerai dive watches that we all know and love from the 50s. It's got that iconic shape. It has that iconic crown protector right here, this little half-moon crescent with its distinctive locking lever that's become a modern icon. It's got the look and the feel of a watch that was originally built around a pocket watch movement, a no-nonsense tool designed to go on the wrist into harm's way in all conditions. But it also pays tribute to modern history, increasingly Panerai's pop culture history, its history within the luxury watch industry. And let's get into that. First, let's talk a little bit about the vintage Panerai appeal. Now, Panerai hit it big because they had a watch that was authentic. It looked like something that was visible because it needed to be underwater in adverse conditions in hostile territory. It was big because it had to host a pocket watch movement inside. And oftentimes, the Panerai watches needed to be exceptionally visible at night, so you had large, heavily illuminated dials. Very simple, form and function married. And it was that same appeal that led Sly Stallone in 1995, sort of the patron saint of the modern Panerai brand, to discover this watch in Rome in a jeweler's shop and start placing large orders. That was sort of a critical mass point when the watch entered the pop culture consciousness, became visible on mainstream radars, and it was really the beginning of the modern Panerai chapter. And in this period, right after that breakout moment, you started to see limited editions, special editions, like the PAM40 and the PAM36. And this Luminor Marina pays tribute to those early, what are called post-Vendôme models, just after the company was acquired by the Richemont group of Switzerland. And those watches are almost unobtainable, existing only in a few hundred copies. Now, this one is not much more common, one of only 800. This titanium Luminor Marina pays tribute to those historic early civilian market Panerais, but it's not exactly what you would call a mass-produced watch. Very limited, very exclusive, and very cool because of its twin history, both in terms of pop culture and military history. This is a watch that has a lot of simple but profound appeal. Look at the shape of it. A classic Panerai sandwich dial, a stencil placed over a fully loomed disc. The loom shines through the stencil to create unparalleled nighttime visibility and a great effect when you show your friends under a hood or a shadow. Now, the watch has a huge, now this is what Panerai calls a OP11 movement, but it's built in a fashion similar to the old pocket watch Panerai movements of yore. Back in the combat era, most of the Panerai movements were actually Rolex pocket watch movements refashioned to work in a wristwatch, and what you see here is actually the OP11 based on the ETA Unitas 6497, and it captures a lot of that look. Simple bridges, simple going train, a big slow-moving balance wheel, but you can see it's even got some improvements over those old ones. A swan's neck regulator makes it very tough and resistant to bad timing due to shock. It's got shock protection on both the balance wheel and the escapement wheel, so you've got a degree of durability that surpasses even the old ones. Now on the front, you've got a matte black dial, you've got the light green of the loom, and you have this beautiful brushed titanium case. It's very striking in person, and the thing about it is it pays tribute to those now nearly unobtainable collector watches, the 36 and the 40, so you get that look and the feel. The cushion shape sits very lightly on the wrist. As a manual winding watch, it wears a lot smaller than the automatic Luminors, and because it has that cushion shape, although this is a 44mm watch, almost anyone can wear it on the wrist with a great deal of comfort. The titanium means it practically disappears. Very light in weight, very beautifully finished. This watch is in like-new condition, and is one of only 800, quite frankly. It's the next best thing to owning one of those ancestral models, but with modern usability, wearability, a very durable Alligator strap right here, contrasting stitch. This is one of the few Panerai models that actually has an Alligator strap. Very special because that's a lot more durable than the calfskin you typically see on Panerai. And this is a great watch because we have the full set with it. When you buy this watch from watchyouwant.com, you'll receive virtually everything that you would receive in an authorized dealer's showroom. You'll get the books, the papers, the accessories. So this is a very complete collector's item. As a tribute to Panerai heritage, past and present, this watch is also a phenomenal styling statement. Everyday usable. Basically anyone who's into Panerai can relate to this watch immediately. Buy this watch and you'll be one of the Paneristi, part of the club. This is the classic look, the Luminor dial, the device protecting the crown, the leveraged crown protector right there. Not only are you not going to dive with this or take it in the water with it open, because let's face it, how could you miss it? But it allows you to work the crown when your hands are wet or greasy or sweaty, or if you're wearing gloves. Very practical, a Panerai original, that's patented and exclusive to their brand. It's also iconic to their brand. You could say that if there is an archetypical modern Panerai, it would be this, the PAM177, available from watchyouwant.com.